afternoon, Mr. Schmidt.
Good evening, Mrs. Schmidt.
I know, it is evening. I'm sorry, guys. I think we're all getting tired.
Well, I was at school for half of the day today.
Yeah, and I was babysitting the sore dog.
Yeah.
It was kind of harsh. But anyway, we're here now.
And it's Friday.
It is Friday. Thank goodness it's pizza day.
Yeah, so why are we having top ramen and egg salad sandwiches?
I don't know. I think we're having pizza.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
Not that there's anything wrong with top ramen and egg salad sandwiches. I just want to put that out there. We like that.
Yeah.
But it's Friday.
It's Friday. We're supposed to have pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza, potato wedges. All right. So make for sure that we're reading for our 30 minutes a day. And if you are having trouble with Renaissance, you can go from any computer, go to bcsd.com, log into the student page, and go in from there. So you do not have to do it on a Chromebook. I had one person ask. Okay, Chicago, an American hub, pages 8 through 9. Go online to learn more fun facts about Chicago. Ask, if you were to visit, what would you like to see or do? Whoa, man, we looked that up. Woo!
Yeah.
Fun.
And I thought if you guys search for Chicago for kids, you'll find lots more things for kids to do. And so I'm just saying, if you want to find out lots of cool things that you can do in Chicago, and in fact find a lot of fun facts, you could search Chicago for kids because it takes you to lots of museums in Chicago. Apparently there are tons of museums in Chicago.
Yeah, I was thinking for kids, shoot for Mrs. Schmidt.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, makes me want to think I want to go back to Chicago. I didn't realize. Anyway, so
on page 8, we have the World's Columbian Exposition, and obviously we've hidden it all so we don't violate copyright.
yeah.
At the bottom, would you like to read that, Mrs. Schmidt?
The main area of the Chicago World's Fair was called the White City for its buildings and white stucco siding.
It says with white stucco siding.
I'm sorry. With white stucco siding and streets illuminated at night by electric lights.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's another picture. This is on the next page, I believe. So it shows an overview of the city there with all the lights. Shows some workers probably having lunch, or at least, I guess. You think they're having tea or what?
Something. They're having
coffee or tea or something.
Yeah, they're having a break.
Yeah, and then a happy guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Chicago today, it shows you on the map in Illinois where Chicago is. There's Lake Michigan, so it's right off the lake.
Yeah.
Okay, and now we're on to writing.
Yeah. After finding more facts about Chicago, write about how you would spend another day in Chicago. Seriously, folks, if you just go to Chicago for Kids, Google it, you can find lots of things that you could do in a day in Chicago. So you'd be kind of fussing wanting to stay more than one. I know I would be. So think about that. And then for grammar, we have irregular past tense verbs.
Which is right here.
Yeah. Okay, well, actually, I guess we're doing spelling. Okay, not grammar.
Oh, okay. Well, did it say grammar spelling up there? Let's see.
It did.
Okay. Okay.
So it's okay. It's okay. So irregular past tense verbs. We have through, brought, grown, known, stood, spent, rang, and thought. Write the spelling words for the given sound spelling pattern. Spelling words with a long O or O sound.
Spelled O-W.
Spelling words with
So I'm just pointing out, guys, this is the type of activity that's super easy.
Yeah, I think that you can handle this.
All you have to do is look for the O-W words and write them down.
Yeah, there's two.
Look for the O-U words, write them down.
There's two.
You guys have got this.
Yeah.
So let's look at this part.
Write the spelling word that is an antonym or synonym of the bold word. Okay, tossed.
Tossed. In this case, they want the synonym. So I always go back to my list, tossed.
Oh, I see it. I see it,
yeah.
Mr. Schmidt.
I'm thinking of when you play baseball Or basketball. You can.
And this one is going to be a past tense because these are past tense words.
Well, and it has ed at the end of this word, so we're good. Okay. So
that's cheesy easy. I'm not going to even give it up.
Okay.
And then
what about saved? The opposite of saved. Let's look.
Yep. You can either save your money or
this is
what can you do with it?
In terms of money, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
time.
thinking,
it could be time,
too.
Yeah,
could be.
Yeah. Let's give a clue. I want to give a clue. The word starts with an S. Number 10 starts with an S. Okay, number 11, sat.
Sat. An antonym for sat.
Okay.
Well,
you could...
What would be the opposite of sitting on your caboose? What else could you be doing?
Yep.
In the past tense.
Yesterday I sat.
Today
and then I...
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And then I...
Yes.
Blank.
I did this
yeah.
for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes. Okay, number 12, carried, a synonym for carried.
Okay.
Okay, I'm thinking I see the word. Although, I mean, let me look. Let me just look at these words again, okay? Because it's always good to double check. Through, no. I would say that doesn't, we're looking for the synonym. Okay, synonym for carried. Brought, I'm thinking it could be brought. That's the first one I was thinking of. Grown. Yeah. Grown has nothing to do with it, I don't believe. Known, nothing to do with that. Stood, spent, rang, thought. So I'm going to go with brought.
I'm going to as well because I'm thinking, well, I carried my books to school.
Right.
But most people don't say that anymore. We say we brought our books to school.
I used to have a strap that I would carry mine in. And it wasn't the old school leather ones because when I was a kid, carrying them with a strap was something you would see in like Leave It to Beaver or something. They'd have a strap around their books.
Little House on the Prairie.
But when I was a kid, at some point they had a Velcro strap you would wrap around your books. So it was like old school but modern with Velcro.
Yeah, I mean.
But mostly I had a backpack. You
know what? It was pretty intelligent because it kept you from dropping your books. You know, it made it easy to carry them. Yeah. So yeah, that's cool.
Okay, and now we get to math.
Yeah, math. Ooh, you know how I like math. And this one is so much fun. I like this, guys.
I just want to point out it's about bean plants. And
go ahead, Mr. Schmidt.
These pictures were taken today. In back of my classroom, you can see room 10's back door is open right there. And this is our little garden that we started planting. And among a bunch of weeds that are in the center of this, because we haven't been there for a while, so we haven't been able to tend our garden, we have these ginormous bean plants growing, and I wanted everyone to see them. I shared it on Dojo, but if you don't check Dojo, maybe you'll see it on the video.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, nobody has been there to do the watering or the weeding or the nurturing.
And this doesn't get irrigation from sprinklers. This has all been watered. This has been watered from the rain that we've had.
Isn't that incredible?
So I'm thinking in summer when it gets really hot and it stops raining, we might lose them, but wow, they sure were successful.
I think that is super awesome. Yeah. So the good news is, geez, look at what you can do.
This one on the left.
Look at that. That's incredible.
I said to myself, I have never actually seen a beanstalk like Jack and the Beanstalk. Yeah. But that's a beanstalk.
Well, I love this one here that you're showing this in the middle
with the flowers
of the
on
screen.
It. Yeah.
What is that one?
That's a bean plant.
Is that another bean plant?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this one that's really tall, one of my former students brought some seeds from his own house. So I'm thinking he grew something a little different.
Yeah, a different type of bean or something.
He had, he didn't use the beans that I had in my packets. Yeah. So you can see the leaves are quite different, and this one's very tall, and it's got a really fat stalk. You should see that thing in person.
Yeah, I've seen those. I remember those from when I was a kid. Yeah. I just really love the texture of the leaves on that second one.
They're actually pretty, aren't they?
Yes, they're beautiful.
And they're just bean plants.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Look, see the little flowers and everything? That's awesome.
It takes us back to times way back, you know, when people relied on rain.
Sure.
Because they didn't have irrigation. Yeah. They didn't have all of that. So
well, and a lot of farmers still do because it saves them money on irrigation.
Oh yeah, they plant. They've got to have that water. So I just love it. I love it. I love it that, you know, this was like a really cool experience for us.
Yeah.
That not everything needs the human interference constantly.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty awesome. So I'm really happy to see that, Mr. Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed. I was so amazed when I went back there and I opened my back door and I saw those plants. I said, wow.
Yeah, I'm super happy that it turned out that way. I didn't.
Yeah.
It crossed my mind at one time, and I didn't want to bring it up because I thought, yeah, they're probably gonna die.
But
way back at the beginning,
it rained quite a bit while we've been gone.
So sweet. It turned out great. I'm glad. Okay.
So here we are.
Okay, so line plot with fractions. Use the graph paper provided to create a line plot to answer the question. Okay, so it says you will need paper, graph, and a pencil. So you need graph paper and a pencil. Hopefully that was provided for you.
Well, it was. That's where this grid.
Yeah.
This grid is one of their pages. Okay. And I've just turned it sideways because I figured we're going to need to be able to see it with the long ways, because look at all these numbers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I turned it sideways so we could use the longest version.
You are so smart, Mr. Schmidt.
I'm going to have to zoom out so that you can see the whole paper.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let's see. In your science class, you are growing bean plants. Woohoo, Mr. Schmidt was! I swear!
I know, so I said, I'm definitely putting my pictures.
I love it.
Those pictures were taken today, by the way.
Okay, after the first week of growth, your class took measurements. The measurements are listed below. Okay, so we see we have quite a variety here. All right, so I see all of that. So number 2, because number 1 really isn't a question. Number 2, or doesn't tell us to do anything. Number 2 says create and label all parts of the line plot. Okay, well, so
the smallest number I see is 1.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that, but if we're going to label it... But we're going
by quarter inches.
So we're labeling it. So I'm going to come down right here, because I don't want to forget that, because it says label all parts. So I'm going to think, well, what does this mean? Because I think we ran into that already, Mr. Schmidt, that we really weren't sure what the world they were talking about.
Okay.
So I just want to put here bean plants. And I may be misthinking what they're talking about. So I think I want to put bean plants. Oh! No, that doesn't. I don't want people thinking that. That's too... Okay. So, I'm sorry, guys. Let me go back to that. Okay.
Don't forget to speak up so they can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So bean plants. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. And then over here...
I'm going to have to scoot it over. Wait a minute.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I can't see the mouse now. Okay. Here we go. Well, we have to scoot it over so that...
Okay, so very
remember,
good.
the edge is right there.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm going to say, I'm just going to put here 1 week. And I'm just going to put WK for a week, okay? Because we don't really have a lot of room and we don't want to get onto our graph. Okay, so I'm just labeling. So what we're talking about is our bean plants, and this is 1 week of growth, okay?
Are we going to include height anywhere? Because that's the variable here.
Okay.
Where would you put the height? Is this bean plant height? Right? I mean, or bean plants by height, because we're going to organize them in a line plot by height.
Okay, very good. So we can go by height.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put that like this here.
Okay.
Okay. Is that good?
Well, I was just going to centimeters. I would just add the units of centimeters.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. Centimeters.
Because usually on a graph, you would include what units.
Yes, of course. What height are we talking? Feet, miles? What are we talking about? Okay, you're absolutely correct. Okay, so let's take a look at this. The measurements are listed below. So what we want to do is we want to find our largest number and our smallest number. So I'm finding a 6 and so I don't see anything larger than a 6. What is the smallest number you see,
I
Mr.
saw a
Schmidt?
1. That's the smallest
okay,
I saw.
I see a 1 right here.
Yeah.
So I think that we can start with a 1.
But there's a lot of fractions in between, so I'm just...
Yeah.
You're going to need a lot of boxes.
Yeah. So I'm going to say right here we can start with a 0.
Okay.
And...
that's going to use a lot of spots.
You think?
Well, it's going to use 4 spots, right, if we're doing by fourths?
Yeah.
Well, let's check it.
Yeah,
I think we can make it to 6, though. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So let's... I'm going to say 1/4.
I don't think you even need to label all those if we just know we're counting by fourths. We could maybe label the first part.
3/4.
And then this will be 1 whole.
1 whole.
So we need to skip 4 boxes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this would be 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 4.
Yeah, we have plenty of room.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 6. Okay.
And I knew that I wasn't sure that would fit the sideways, so I just wanted to do this long way.
Yeah, and it's okay. So what we'll do is when we get to a specific one, we will label that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go just like this here. I have a 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to put an X right there on that 6. This one here is 5 1/4. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to...
Mrs. Schmidt?
Yes.
Yesterday when you were doing this, you crossed it out as soon as you read it. So I'm just saying maybe we should do that so we know we've already done it.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
you don't forget that you've already done it.
You're right. So we're going to go right here and we're going to say 5 1/4. Okay, so we have 1 right there.
Okay.
Okay, 5 1/2. Mr. Schmidt.
Should we zoom in?
Would you please?
Let's zoom into this part. Okay,
yeah.
You.
My pen is a little bit fatter
back
than what your
up.
pencil would be.
Let me scoot over, babe, first. Let me see. Okay. There we go.
Okay, I think we can make this work. So I can go down just a little bit below.
Yeah.
And I can say this is 5. And what if I do a different color? Would that
do
help?
You could do that. Or I was thinking we could just put the fraction there. We know it's a 5, and we could just say 5 1/4, 5. You know. But you could write the whole thing.
Yeah,
there.
I prefer to do it that because I don't want anyone
right.
to get confused. So I had a 5 1/2. Was that this one here, Mr.
I'm just saying,
Schmidt?
like on a tape measure.
Yeah.
They always just add the fraction to it. They don't put they don't keep writing the whole number.
Can we move it back over so we can see what we have?
Sure. I need to grab this. Okay. Scoot over.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't mark that 5 1/2 yet. So yeah, let's make for sure we're staying on track. Okay, so let's do that. And then we have 3 centimeters. Easy cheesy, can't believe how easy. Good. Got that one. I'm going to get this one here too. So I have 2 of those. A 4 1/2. I'm going to mark it off. And then this is 4 1/4. So this is 4 1/2. So I'm going to say 4 1/2. And so I'm going to mark that one right there. I have a 5. And I have a 5 3/4. Ooh, this one's a tight neighborhood. Okay, but I can do it. We're making it work. Okay, and then I have that 6 again. Ah, see, I already got 1, so that's the good part of checking them off. Okay, so got 6 again. I have a 1 centimeter, and so I'm going to come up here and mark off my 1 centimeter. I have a 2 1/2. Let's mark that one. And so this is 2 1/4. This is 2 1/2. Okay, and I'm going to mark that one. This one is a 1 3/4. So I'm going to go, this is a 1/4, that's a 1/2. So this one here is 1 3/4. And so I'm going to put 1 there. This one is 4 2/4. Mr. Schmidt!
Yes.
A 2/4?
Yeah.
What is a 2/4?
Well, if we reduce it and divide the numerator and denominator both by 2, then we would have 4 1/2.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Schmidt. 4 1/2. Okay. 1 3/4. Mr. Schmidt, 1 3/4.
Yeah, you already have that marked.
Oh, I certainly do. Cool, super smooth Okay, 2. Okay, I'm going to mark off my 2, come up here. Oh, I haven't even marked a 2 yet. 4 3/4. That was 4 1/2. Oh, I better go right here. 4 3/4. And so that one goes right there. And my last one is 3 2/4.
Which you have not marked yet.
They're trying to do it again, Mr. Schmidt.
Well, you could mark it that way.
Yeah,
right?
I could, but we're not going to.
We're going to simplify it.
Yeah, 3 1/2. Okay, remember 2/4. You can simplify that to 1/2. Okay? All right, so we have it there.
Well, are you going to check?
Yeah.
Guys, when I do a line plot, I always check. I always look at how many data points we have.
Absolutely.
We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17. So there should be 17 X's up there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Cool. So we have them
Good. All right, because I was going to go and check each one, but
so
you're
number 2
smart,
is complete.
Mr. Schmidt. Okay, so we did create and label all parts of the line plot. Number 3 says, write 3 statements.
We have to scoot down for them.
Thank you.
Let me move this. Okay, where's my mouse? Here we go. I'm trying not to make our
All right,
disappear.
and so for number 3 says, write 3 statements that describe 2 or more pieces of data.
So, Mrs. Schmidt, in order to write this down, I think we have to zoom back out.
Yeah.
So we have room.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and it always moves it around when I do that. Let me scoot down. Okay. So let's go like that.
Okay,
and now at least maybe we could type them in. If we're going to write anything, we could type it in.
Okay, so Mr. Schmidt, I'm thinking,
when you look at the data, what do you see?
how about what is the range? What is the shortest length in the height to the, what is the difference between the tallest and shortest bean plant?
There was a difference of 5 centimeters between the tallest plant, and I'll put in parentheses that was, oh, actually I should say plants because there were 2 of them, and they were 6 centimeters tall, and the shortest plant, which was 1 centimeter tall. That is crazy talk. How could the plant only be 1 centimeter? Man, okay, I would have used...
That was a plant that never got any water.
Poor thing.
Poor baby.
1 centimeter is probably how big the seed was.
Yeah. So you know what? I think the next one, could we just write that as a question for them?
Okay.
So for the next
one... Well, it said to write 3 statements. So I was just writing a statement.
Oh, yeah, I agree. So
Don't be mean.
I am not. So we gave them 1.
Okay.
So I'm thinking for the second one, maybe you could just type the question for them to help them. They could definitely choose something else if they want.
Oh, my Lord have mercy. 1. Okay.
So for number 2, I'm thinking, how would we say this? How many
bean plants were greater than 4 inches or 4 centimeters tall?
I love it. I love it.
How many plants were, I want to say grew to be greater than 4 centimeters tall?
Very good.
And you guys could change that to a statement.
Yes. Yes.
Blank number of plants grew to be greater than 4 centimeters tall.
Yeah. Okay. Let them have something
and
to
more?
do. Yeah, let's give them 1 more. I'm thinking, how can we do this where we show...
I'm noticing 3 had double that amount, right? 3 of them, there were 3 sets of plants that had
1,
pairs
2, 3,
that were the same height.
4.
4? Oh, yeah, 3.
There's 4.
Yeah, that one just looks connected there, so I didn't notice it.
Okay. Yeah.
So that one's odd because that's quite a bit of repetition there. So it's not like any one particular measurement.
Yeah. So.
Wow. You know what's really interesting to me? None of them were 4 centimeters tall.
Yeah, that's a
In
strange
fact, there's a
one.
big gap there.
Yeah.
So, there's a big gap.
Well, maybe
in the
we
data
could
there.
list. Well, let's just do another one. How many plants were less than 4 centimeters tall?
Okay. How many plants grew to a height of less than 4 centimeters?
Very good. All right. I think they can do this.
So that should conclude our math for today.
That's it. And
Yeah.
Mr. Schmidt's famous plants. I love it.
Well, they're not famous, but
I love them. I
but,
love them.
Man,
This is 2020 quarantine
plants.
bean plants.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Eisler.
Yeah, that's
Awesome work. Okay. I love it.
It's the first time I ever made a garden with my class.
I know.
And then we had to leave.
And it was good.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And then we had to leave.
I am so impressed.
Yeah.
I love it. Wow. That is cool. I know that you're going to do it again next year. And
Yeah.
I know Chavez is going to, because I have a big partition right out there outside of my classroom. We're definitely going to grow something.
Well, we have these concrete areas out behind all these classrooms. And I said, we ought to grow something there. I was thinking flowers, and then I thought we were studying about plant growth. And I said, well, let's do bean plants. I did a bean plant. Did you guys, when you were in 6th grade, did you do a bean plant in a cardboard box?
Yeah.
We used a milk carton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what gave me the
milk
idea.
Cartons from the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I love it. It's just, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I love it. So, even when you're in 6th grade next year, guys, Mr. Schmidt will be doing something, and I'm sure he would love for you to help out.
Yeah.
I know my kiddos, I'm going to plant flowers or something out there on that side wall of that classroom, room 16. And it can be the quarantine class.
Yeah.
And so we can plant some flowers out there.
Because right now,
I just love it.
Well, right now, when I look down the line of these classes, mine's the first one by the street, but then it goes back, and there's about 6 of them, 6 classrooms.
Yeah.
And there's just weeds growing there. Although one of them looks like they have maybe aloe vera growing in it. I'm not sure how that happened, if they planted them there or not. But I thought we ought to grow something.
I just think that's
nice.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally see you taking over a couple of those planters and maybe
I won't.
Okay, but
the teachers would get mad at me.
No, here's the awesome thing, because you know that your fruit plants will grow better.
Yeah.
Vegetation will grow better if you have flowers.
Mm-hmm.
They say that we always think about flowers just because they're pretty, but pollination.
Yeah.
And so it definitely helps our vegetation to grow better too. So
I did notice when we're at the end of the year before we had to leave, my students and I noticed a few wasps. But we didn't notice them in this garden because the garden didn't even grow yet, But,
but they were nearby.
But I'm thinking they help pollinate this.
Yes, there's some floral somewhere, and it helped pollinate.
Well, there's a tree. I think they like a tree that's next to our classroom.
Cool. I love it. So, even though, things are kind of over for us as far as being back on campus, we're all going to still be together because 6th graders will be at Eisler, 6th graders will be at Chavez, and you know us, we love our kids no matter where you are.
And let's just tell them what we're doing, okay? We're still going to make videos.
Yes.
Even when the packet's over, we're going to make videos based on standards.
Yeah.
And we'll really be kind of planning for next year, but you guys are welcome to still watch the videos with us. We probably won't make them every day, but 2 or 3 a week. And so that's a positive thing too. And maybe sometimes we'll just make some just for fun.
Absolutely. So, but because we do have a discrepancy here in this school year. So if you ever feel like, wow, gosh, I just don't really feel like I have a strong hold on that. I'm a 6th grader now, but I didn't really catch that so well in 5th grade because, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, and now we're gone.
We should do some videos on geometry.
Yeah.
Because my class didn't even really get to geometry.
Mine either. So, it doesn't matter. You can always go back and look.
Yeah.
It's not keep in mind, nothing is grade specific. It is knowledge specific.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what, you guys? If you feel cheated by the year ending the way it did, which I can see that.
We all feel that way.
Yeah, we feel that way. You guys are always in my class, in my heart.
Yep.
In fact, that bean plant that's really tall, that one was, like I said, was a former student who planted it. One of my current students said, "Hey, you can plant your seeds in my spot," because we had exactly 25 little squares there. I don't know if you guys can see the strings that we made the grid with, but everybody had their own plot. And one of my students said, "Hey, you can put your seeds in mine." And that thing is enormous.
I love that.
So, by the way, I'll just say his name. That's Anthony's plant. Anthony, I checked the popsicle stick next to the plant, and I was like, "Oh, wow, those are the seeds Anthony planted."
I just want to say how generous that is.
Yeah. And I think it was Alex. Wow. I think it was Alex in my class who did that. So thank you, Alex.
Yeah, I just love it. I love the generosity and the sharing.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Eisler.
We love you guys. We love the Chavez kids. We love the Eisler kids.
And everybody that's watching, guys, because we know there's a lot of people out there and would love to give you some kudos. Let us know. Let us know. You know, we're all here. We're Schmidt at bcsd.com. So, I'm sorry, schmidtc at bcsd.com or Schmidt S.
Schmidt M.
Oh, Schmidt M. Oh, my gosh.
At bcsd.com.
Yeah.
And
so, you can always email us.
Yeah, and also this channel has candiesclass@gmail.com, which we put at the end of every video.
That's perfect. Yeah. So, you can always tell us who you are and what you have going on. We'd love to talk and share things for you.
And then if you need help with something, let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think anyone's done that. Has Callista, or what's the girl's name in your class? Callista, has she asked you about anything in particular?
No, but Richard has. I'm really happy with Richard. He has asked me a couple of questions, and so has Adelie. And a couple of other people. I'm thinking those two because they just did this last week.
Callista did ask you about why a video was restricted.
Why a video wasn't working.
We don't know why that happens. I checked YouTube and, multiple people view it, so I'm not sure why it says it's restricted.
I'm going to say this to you. You know technology. Sometimes it gets a little glitch and you try it again and it's fine.
And I would just try it on another device. If it says restricted, just try a different device like your mom's phone or whatever.
Yeah, it's going to work out. But please let us know. If you're having trouble, let us know. Because we definitely want to help you to fix it.
Yeah. And we love you.
All right.
Have pizza.
Yes,
We love you. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great weekend.